I think if they can continue to preserve possession and...
What a touch to set that up. What a challenge.
Notre Dame continues to fire away, but Rojek has the answer.
Really great run there by Ento. Able to retain possession.
But went offside, trying to get himself back on. Still
Harvard, two-time Ivy League recognition.
A smart player and kid. And is currently studying to...
First two substitutions of the evening. Jaron Gerbet enters for Jackson Roble. Alex Meinhardt for...
Trying to take the one-on-one. That is won by Ferguson.
Going deep into the box.
Pushing the pace forward. Running onto the ball, Alex Meinhardt.
Legs of Rousseau. Sarver trying to center.
16 different players with a goal, 20 different players with an assist. Parrington, he's charging forward. 1v1 with Ferguson. Ferguson on a yellow.
Akarak. Ferguson comes in sliding. Loose ball.
The equalizer as we're at 3 minutes and change left.
Henderlong has it rejected by Ferguson.
Slip through. Chance still alive for Yoshizawa.
And Michigan, it's stolen away from Michigan. The cross by Notre Dame.
I like what they've done in the midfield, trying to get more bodies on it. They've run KK before. Oh, been a little isolated against Ferguson. He'll step. Good job defensively.
Chong to Joey Paulus. Paulus with a step. Finds Juan Kuzur. Juan Kamal in the middle. Trying to get Shukaluk going once more. Shukaluk. And to Brevic. Almost was inside the 18.
As Jaguars quickly move out. Gomez trying to make some magic happen with his footwork. Unfortunately,
Coming the last 13 minutes of second halves. Officially
for it.
But he's able to link up with Neto.
Far. Michigan unable to connect.
Long ball. One in the air by Notre Dame.
Beno made an aggressive run right there, but Duke fends him off.
when they've had some of those chances, they've just missed them. That one maybe the worst of all. This.
And Eno into for.
Back to Ferguson, the new head coach for the Titans is Nate Kopanek. Of the 20 goals scored last year are back on this year's roster, but as you mentioned, a lot of turnover.
That was a nice long ball.
Notre Dame's really needed.
Notre Dame switches the field, and Patty Burns, one touch.
Back to Ferguson. Ferguson plays a ball up the far side. And that
Irish have kept the ball in this zone for quite some time and haven't been able to put on a shot for a while.
To take every time. Ferguson trying to play it up wide to Patty Burns. Burns.
It's Mitch Ferguson now on the ball.
Over eager to shoot that ball from outside the 25, even though it is very tempting. A lot of
To be handled now by Ferguson yet again. He'll shoot it down to.
Came in as a day one starter at center back as a transfer last year.
And we can see they're establishing possession here early. As they
like Knight. So really an anchor piece on this Shaka Daily defense.
And that's a great platform.
Thompson's really trying to match Notre to go, but Ferguson looking up to Patty Burns all the way up the field on the left side. Burns making a beautiful run.
I think the Big Ten really has grown as a league. You know, we always talk about blue bloods that they have, in Indiana. And
looking up, puts his head down, sends it up to Patty Burns. Burns going together on the Irish team as Ferguson sends it up to Burns.
So now Mitch Ferguson, he'll play it deep.
us.
NC State doing well to win the first one, but it's just those second and third ones, and I think that's where Notre Dame are just gaining a little bit.
Fourth start of the year for O'Brien, more in that holding midfield role, but he's done a nice job keeping possession. Chris Pettit, the Irish have overcome the 1-goal deficit to their credit. Ferguson's delivered big balls all night.
It's been good to see Plamano be a consistent presence for NC State this season.
Long ball knocked down.
Denzel from Remember the Titans. This is not a democracy. It is a dictatorship.
Bingo.
Little town made famous by one Lionel Messi being a native of them.
And for Logan Farrington, he's that type of player, but don't let it override the overall performance. The referee's shown that.
Played up.
Same players that are up, but the communication, the cheering, the rah-rah.
Some high pressure on that Notre Dame defense, and you know Notre Dame is one of the best teams in the ACC. They have a.
You finally started to get some chances on their offensive side.
And Notre Dame could have had a couple more if he hadn't been so alert.
Back, I think more and more over the last several years, you have seen outside backs be some of the best players, not just on their teams, but in the country.
And a lot of times went to Dartmouth, now back at Notre Dame in this 5-6 year tenure.
Out of the North.
O'Brien will play it back to Ferguson. Now back to
Ferguson.
Of just their interchange, getting forward, making sure they cover for each other in their defensive countermeasures.
Tar Heel men's soccer
defenders.
If they can get to the end line and find the drop back pass to their
penalty kicks with what Brian Dowd has done in his career, but
it ended up here with Coach Terry coming over, bringing him over from Morgan State, who was at UVA. And this program has been built up for the last couple of years. I mean, they had made it to 5 out of 6 tournaments.
Actually, with the Clemson Tires coming at you.
He's a 2006 graduate of Oberlin, and had a lot. And Coach Riley talked about the value in the depth that this team has.
and it's blocked, but Notre Dame's still looking for an opportunity. But, you know, they switched the field of play now into the Notre Dame side. They're unable to control it, and so it's back to Notre Dame. Ferguson pressured by Wagner.
These younger players to get some minutes in college soccer, get some experience in that will be invaluable maybe later on in their careers. Especially someone like Owen Cornell, who next year might be the starter for this team with Brian Dowd graduating. This is a good game to kind of see what you have in your young keeper.
Part of the benefit of playing a game like this is being able to
got that ball on the ground, tried to run with it, but the referee told them to bring it back, and now they're going to build up a little more slowly.
Ferguson trying to find Lewis.
Hanging out after conceding the 5 goals against Louisville. A much better defensive effort versus Gardner-Webb on Wednesday.
Forcing another turnover there, and that comes now Ferguson.
But they can still do that a little bit with Scotty Taylor and Hilly, you know, both natural number 9.
O'Brien.
And this is what Notre Dame are able to do so well. You know, break a little bit of pressure from NC State.
Waiting for it.
Notre Dame in that 3-1 win. Rue and Lewis with first half goals. Then Into, the finisher in the 74th. It's Notre Dame's largest margin of victory in the ACC. But
so fast, so intense.
KK. They dropped it all the way back. Come back to the game. Junior from Birmingham,
I
Alabama.
think what I love about being in the booth is I'm a student of the game, so I look for things that I can add to my own game from these players here on the field, and just the different tactical approaches that the coaches employ.
Solid game. Long toss from Genenbacher. Glanced out of the back post, and they've done it again from